with. Okay. And so I've got half of it done. It actually doesn't take too long,
Uh-huh.
but you have to prepare yourself mentally for all this.
I have to do that every day for class.
Yeah.
What the hell are they going to do today? uh,
Yeah.
of course, not you, Dave.
No.
Dave had an 8 o'clock doctor's appointment, and he didn't know when he would be
Yeah.
joining us. He's, I gather, still recovering, but doing well.
What was he recovering from? I thought
You know, he told me, but I forget. He was in the hospital for a while.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, that's.
and there were no beds, so he was he shared a room with 3 other guys in the emergency department. And I'm blanking on.
Yeah.
But apparently he's got new meds that are working, and he said Jeannie was taking care of him, and he's doing better.
Well, that's terrific.
So I hope he keeps doing better.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can get thrown for a loop.
Uh-huh. Right under the barrel.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've had, beside Easter, of course, this is the time of year when college basketball goes wild.
And you guys don't like basketball at all.
No. So let's see, we're going to a game tonight up at Stores. We went to a game Saturday night up at Stores. And then we watched the men play. I forget where the hell they are. Watched them play 2 games. And then, of course, you know, there's 100,000 games.
Yeah.
Well, they start out with, after they fiddle around, there's like about 8 teams that play each other to get into
Rise to the top.
to get into the 64. So there's 64, then there's 32, then there's 16, then there's 8. You know, you just keep dividing by 2 until you get down to 1. And there's a lot of games that are really good. A lot of upsets, and it's a lot of fun. They play very, very well, and
Oh, the women?
oh, both.
Ah.
Yeah, we follow both. And
I gather the women have a woman who's incredible.
yeah, they do, and she looks good this year. She was out for 2 years with injuries.
Oh, jeez. Must have been pretty severe. Knee.
Knees mostly.
Ah.
Yeah, they all fall victim to that sooner or later.
They don't take care of their knees.
You know, it's a funny thing. You see them, and there's one of them that is, she's on TV. You know, she's not a sports caster, but anyway, she's on TV, and she does the, before and after the game, and does at halftime and stuff, and she's 6'7", and she used to play for UConn.
Yeah.
And of course, she's a big UConn fan. And she's gotten chubby. Well, I saw her when, after one of the games, she was leaving. First of all,
Yeah.
it's like this. But the thing is, you don't realize she's losing weight, how thin they can get.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, especially the women, they're, they watch their diet and what they eat, and there's not an ounce of fat on them.
Well, the exercise in the course of a game is just.
They're running all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like soccer, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's fun. And
well,
so that's taken up quite a bit of our time also. And the rest of the time we try to sleep.
No practice time?
Not as much as normal.
What's important here?
Oh, I know.
Your body or the players'
their
bodies?
body. Yeah, sometimes you lose your way.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
I'm at a stage where I've discovered that if I don't walk for a couple of days, my weight starts going up quickly. And as soon as I put the walking back in, it comes right back down again.
How do people do it that are like in a wheelchair? I mean, maybe they don't eat. I don't know.
I don't know what they do.
And their muscles atrophy. Well, I'll tell you, when I don't do my hip exercises, I'm feeling it today because I haven't done them for several days. It doesn't take...
Well, complaining about hips, every time I start to walk for the first, whatever, my right hip hurts.
I favor my left hip hurting.
But after a while, it goes away. But I have to, if I don't walk, it hurts. So, you would think.
Well, I tell you, I don't know what's going on with my eyes, but they're misty, and and of course the first thing I think of is you, and how, I mean, here I am, I'm reading the paper, and I have to stop and rub my eyes.
Well,
but you learn to adapt, don't you? Adapt or die.
I have my magnifier that allows me to continue reading slowly.
Yeah.
I used to be one of the fastest readers around. Now I'm one of the slowest.
What magnification is here?
It goes from, I believe, I'm not sure what the lowest one, 3 I think, but I believe it goes up to 36 times. I'm using usually around 3.8 or 4. Not where I am.
4 times, or
Yeah.
that's just,
No, 4 times. But just think if he had to do 36.
I can't, no, I can't. But that must be, you must be able to put it on a paper or a book or something, or?
Yeah, it's only, I don't have it down here. It's only about that big.
Oh,
It's not huge. Which is good because then you can, move it. I
Around,
can
yeah.
move it on the full page ones usually have only one level of, that I've found,
Magnification, yeah.
one level of magnification. So, I don't know, I've learned to, just as you say, learn to adapt.
Yeah.
I can see. I could even, if I had a extreme emergency, I could drive. I can see what's out there, but I'm starting to have, now there are blank places. So my big concern about driving, the main reason why I stopped, is that sometimes I don't see a person walking on the side right away,
Yeah,
and that's
a no-no, yeah.
I will not run somebody down.
At least not twice. You wouldn't back up over them, right?
No.
Sorry.
One of my students' wives was out riding a bicycle with a friend of hers, and an older woman who I have a feeling had macular degeneration probably hit them. And my student's wife was not badly hurt, but the other woman was quite seriously hurt. She was older. And it's always been a scary thought in my mind about that.
Yes.
So he actually, and the woman who was driving was older and had apparently vision difficulties, and he actually came and to talk to me one day about whether they should sue her or not. And I'm very anti-suing, so I talked him out of it. But I can understand how you feel.
Yeah.
But you don't take chances.
No.
That's it's like I've learned about walking, that I have to go more slowly. I have to think about how I'm turning, what foot I'm picking up first and putting down, and that I just have to be more deliberate about all of that.
Yeah.
Because I did have one fall. Was stupid,
Most are.
but it's been quite a while. So the only time I really had problems around all that, I think, was after my son died. Then my mind was not on what I was doing.
David, I don't know how you got through it, really.
Well, I'm not.
I know.
I'm not anticipating. He took his life on April 1st, so
Oh boy.
I'm I've been doing pretty well, but I'm not anticipating that day with
Right.
much. So, we should be doing something else. It's not.
Well, sure, if you want to put that into.
So, a little bit ago I looked at last week's video, last class video, and you definitely had improved the single arm. I realized looking at it at you, even though I couldn't see all of you.
I know.
But the sphericalness was much more apparent. I could see the flow better. It looked to me like you were pretty much hitting all the points. It was a big improvement over previous times. I just want to make sure you knew that.
Okay.
Keep practicing.
Well, yeah, as you well know, as you go along and you get certain stuff done, then you start to expand what you're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
And you realize what you should be changing.
I was thinking about this class, and it occurred to me that I had not been suggesting to you guys that you really should now begin to look at the left side. Starting with the left foot forward. Because often you find having to clarify the other side helps the first.
Yes, I knew that was coming. Yes, and that's very true.
And it's doing the other side is good for the brain, the mind. It makes you stay alert and present with what you're doing. It's just an important part, and it balances your whole body, because if you always do it starting with the right foot forward, then your body only balances that way, and that's not life. Life does not only go one way. Life goes both ways. So I encourage you to play with the...
Well, we'll look at that today.
I thought that might be a good idea.
Yes, I think it's a great idea.
Particularly since you're getting a pretty good grasp on the right side now. The walk, of course, already has both left and right in it. So...
Yeah, I wanted to go over that with you because I didn't quite understand when we were there Tuesday what you were talking about. It wasn't.
What was I talking about?
The walk is different than the one arm.
Is it?
Well, that's what you said.
The difference is, that's the thing that's really a little hard. So, good point. The movement from the quad down is expressing the energies of the five elements. And the movement from the Kwa up is expressing the energies of the 8 gates. But they all have to integrate together smoothly. And that's a little confusing. So the walk principally is working on those 5, which is why most of it does not have rotation or minor amounts of rotation. So, do you know the energies of the 5 elements looked at in that way?
No.
Okay. I had a feeling that might be the case.
Yes.
All right. So, when we think of that, the energy forward is well. First, what are the 5 elements?
You mean like earth, fire, water?
Yeah, wood, fire,
wood.
Right. Wood, fire.
Do you know? I've watched a couple of different TV shows, and they're based on that.
They're what?
They're based on that. They talk about those elements all the time.
Really?
Well, I mean, not all the time, but I'm attuned to it.
Yeah.
So when it comes in, it's like they discovered it all of a sudden.
Could
It's
be.
been around for a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Okay, yeah, just thought I'd throw
So, moving forward
yeah.
is metal. Cut forward is one way of thinking of it. Chop forward, whatever you like. Retreating is wood. Sitting back, sinking your root. Turning or shifting to the left is water, and to the right is fire. In between all of them, constant, the one that never changes, is earth, central equilibrium. So when we're doing the walk, for instance, you have wood, water, fire, metal, fire, water, metal, water, wood, and it goes on. Okay. So you're thinking of how those energies are relating to not only to the movement, but how they're relating to the earth, to your root.
Why is metal forward, wood back?
Because, well, that's fairly easy because metal, sword, usually a forward movement is an attack. So if we look at it from a martial standpoint, a forward movement is usually an attack. A retreating movement is an absorption, going backwards.
Why those elements? not? Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you could name them anything.
you could, but you have to remember that we're working with a Chinese art here, and the principle of the five elements is core to an understanding to the Chinese understanding not only of medical things in all their complexity, but also just to basically to life. That describes all the elements involved in life. And they all balance each other. That whole system is one that is based on balance. Matter of fact, all of Taoism is based on balance. But the five element system has four interrelated circles of relativity. That's kind of
Yep.
So when you look at them in their order of just going from one to the other around the circle, each feeds the next one. Wood feeds fire, that's pretty obvious. Fire creates metal, our earth, by the ashes become one of the elements of the earth. Earth creates metal by compressing elements into metal. Metal creates water from the standpoint of it was based on the image. The early mirrors in China were metal, and often in the morning, of course they had no heat, there would be condensation on the metal, and so the metal had created water. And water obviously is essential for wood to grow. When you the control, that's called the creative cycle. The control cycle goes to every other one. So wood controls earth by being able to penetrate it and grow on it. And earth controls water by being able to absorb it or dam it, control its flow. Earth, I did that. I didn't do fire. Well, fire controls metal because it can melt it. Metal controls wood because it can cut it. And water controls fire because it can put it out. And there are two other cycles, but
That's enough.
that's enough.
Yeah.
So this, I'm just giving this to you because it is a
Yeah, and it was all developed, what, 3,000-4,000 years ago?
yeah,
Yeah,
and it is an essential part of the traditional Chinese medicine. It's a core principle appearing in Tai Chi, certainly in Qigong. There are some, there actually are 5 element Qigongs specifically. Each of the elements, of course, relates to specific organs in the body. And so that's where you get into the medical and health relationships, the kind of movements you do that relate to specific organs. And ultimately, when you get deeply into Qigong, one of its major intentions is to learn to be able to move, to compress and expand the organs, to keep your organs in maximum health. So it's all related. Am I giving you too much here?
Well, no, well, yes, but that's okay. But what I'm thinking is, you know, as I go forward, I should say to myself metal and that sort of stuff.
Only
at least I can do that.
You can do that, and you can do that while you're doing the walk.
Yep.
But when you get into adding the arms, you have to ideally have that be so ingrained that you don't even have to think about that. That part of the movement, that's already established.
Okay.
And then you begin to establish something else that coordinates with it.
All right. Okay. Give it a shot.
So, we can do the walk, and I can talk the elements while we're doing it.
Yeah.
Would that be?
Yeah.
Be good.
That'd be a good start. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Which way are we walking?
We'll go down the road, as it were.
Down the road. Okay.
Morning, David. Morning. So, stepping out with the right, and then step forward, and forward onto that right foot, turning forward, and wood, water.
Wait a minute. Going forward was metal.
Well,
Oh, you're past that.
the walk begins from this point.
Okay. All right.
So it starts with wood,
Wood. Back.
water,
Oh, gee. Water.
fire,
Fire.
metal, metal,
Metal.
and fire, and then water. And that's an interesting thought, that an empty step here is water. And then we have metal and water.
Now wait a minute. Water is
Turning or shifting left.
left. Water. Okay.
So wood, fire, water, metal,
Metal.
water,
Water.
fire, metal, fire,
Wood.
wood, water, fire, metal, fire, water, metal, Water.
Water.
Wood.
Wood.
Fire. Water. Metal. Metal. Fire. Water. Metal. Fire.
Boy, I'm lost already. Let's keep going.
So you've got two sides, and water and fire chain. You know,
Yeah.
it changes.
It's the um,
So
it's the 5A, 5B
yeah.
stuff.
Well, it's not only that. It's simply staying present with um, what element you're doing, and not what the step is. At this point, you know the walk.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way you don't know the walk at this point. So it's like forgetting to think about 1, 2, 3. Forget it. Forget the numbers. You're substituting, instead of doing the numbers, we're doing wood, water, fire, metal, fire, water, metal, water, wood,
Let me turn up. Yeah. Okay. Wood.
fire, water, metal, water, fire, metal, fire.
Now that metal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where does metal is forward, but isn't there some rotation too?
Not yet.
Okay.
Remember that here there is no rotation in 7.
All right. Okay. When you say here, when is the rotation at 7? When
It's
you're
on
doing
8
this in the single arm?
in the walk.
Well, 7 is
So
metal.
let's here we go. Let's do both. Okay. So 1 wood,
1,
2 water,
2 water,
3 fire,
3 fire,
4 metal,
metal,
5A metal, 5B fire,
fire,
6 water,
water,
7 no rotation, metal,
metal,
8
8
water,
water,
1 wood, 2 fire,
fire,
3 water, 4 metal, 5A metal, 5B water, 6 fire, 7 metal, 8 fire.
Okay, now let me see. Going back. There. There. Now, when I turn my right foot,
Yeah.
back to the left. When I turn my right foot, I'm facing forward.
You are pretty much, because you have closed the qua on
Right.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, so you here you have had a rotation that's brought you here. This is both happening together.
Okay,
So when I say both happen together, this is holding and gearing happening together.
Right, and your hands end up straight forward.
Yes.
Okay. Now, then you go on to 4. Your
Four,
hands
they're still straight forward.
Okay.
5A, they're still straight forward. 5B, to the corner.
Yep.
6, turned a little bit. 7, no turn. 8.
Okay, you said 6. Turn a little bit.
Yeah, that's because if you come to here on 5B, if you do that, that's an empty movement. It's an yes, it's an empty step, but it's an empty movement. There's no whole body movement, so there has to be a little rotation to place
Okay.
the foot.
All right. Yep. Got it. Okay.
It's a minor.
That's all right. That's what I wanted to get straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire, water, metal, wood.
And in between, you just stay constantly balanced.
Earth.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy. I wonder how many times doing this it's gonna take. Well, okay. And of course, I've been doing this stuff, and that seems okay.
Uh-huh.
The difference,
That's good.
but then when you get into the arm, see, there are times when, especially with the single arm, when I have trouble with the roundness. This I'm pretty good with.
Yeah.
How high does the arm come up here? About shoulder?
70% of what you're able to do. Well, it's always the answer. It depends what you're
Yeah.
capable of doing.
Okay.
So, for instance, you can do it,
Yeah.
if you, but we almost never do.
Okay.
That would be 100% of what I could do.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you might find that you had a specific need to be aware of the subtlety of the movement, and so maybe that's all you do.
What you just did, I'm not sure I moved my hand like that.
That's exactly what you do in here.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it? That wasn't any different. It was just smaller.
Yes. Okay.
So here, coming through the S curve, continue to turn so that the thumb takes over.
Yes.
Ends up, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the same. So size, I encourage not too small when you begin, simply because that's harder
It is.
to
Yeah.
do. So you think about what's a comfortable size for me to work with. Okay. So you can reach out with your arms. What's a comfortable size. Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's great. Okay. So that means the bottom is somewhere around here. It's not down here. It's out here. Because that's where the sphere is.
Okay.
And then you're going to go around, come through the center.
I went too fast.
Also,
My body.
there are two places where you tend to get stuck.
Okay.
One is when you get to this point, because you tend to try to go too higher than you've gone before. I don't know why, particularly, but you get to here and your body stops moving and the arm keeps going and then it picks up again.
Okay. Yeah.
And the other one is when you change from one arm to the other, and that's a matter of anticipating that you've got that change coming. So when your arm gets to about here, completing the pattern, this one begins to move in.
Yep.
So that there's no break, no pause, no interruption of the flow of the energy.
Okay. You know, the other thing that I was concentrating on is when my arm is up here,
Mm-hmm.
it's extended, but as I go through,
Yes.
it comes in, and then as it gets up, it's
Good.
extended again.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Bend and stretch.
Yep. The old bend and stretch.
I like to say bend and extend because, of course,
It is better. Extend is better.
yeah, because actually what you're doing here is releasing to allow the whole body to expand. And then the whole body lengthens in as it.
What do you mean the whole body?
So, okay, we haven't talked a whole lot about lengthening. We talked a little bit. I've talked about how you can release by learning to release the joints all the way to the spine. You suddenly gain considerably more length
Yes.
in your arm.
Yeah, I can see that you can do that.
Yes.
I
So,
have,
so can you.
I have stopped thinking about that. It's time to pick it up again.
Perhaps.
Yeah, okay.
The thing is that that's just releasing the arm
Yeah.
and shoulder. You also want to release the spine, the abdomen, the pelvis, and the legs, so that everything lengthens out and then in. Easier said than done. Okay. One of the things about lengthening, there's a kind of a basic method of learning about lengthening, and that is learning to jiggle. which means let me have your arms. Let go.
I think I am. I haven't let, apparently I haven't let go.
No, you haven't. Starting to.
How the hell do you let go?
You're not yet
I
really
know,
letting
I
go.
know that. I know that. What's
Yeah. Oh, see, you gotta.
Well,
Yeah.
I can do that,
Okay. So that's good.
but why?
So do the same thing here. Now you have. Now you let go. Nope, you started holding again. Let go. Let your arms rest. Let your arms rest in my hands.
Even thinking, I can't let it go.
Huh? It's better, but it's still. It is better.
That was so funny. I mean, I'm not thinking, but I am thinking in the back of not letting it go.
Yeah.
In the back of my thoughts.
And that's where most people are. You know, you pick up somebody's arm and drop it. You still held a little bit, but it was better.
Yeah.
Most people, there's a hesitation and then it goes. The first time.
Yeah.
They can learn. But, yeah, you have to learn to just completely let them. And then they do that. They just swing.
You know, I can actually feel that I'm holding my arms there. Whether it's here or here, I can feel that I am holding them.
Yep. And I have no magic bullet to fix this.
Well, no, I can feel it starting to let go.
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
So part of when you just are starting, one of the reasons why when we come into what we talk about as our basic level in Tai Chi, it's suggested that you learn to allow yourself to just stand until something moves you. In other words, you don't actually begin to move until you have released to the point that the energy begins to move you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And that's another way to approach it is just letting yourself really sink into that middle position and feel the release through the whole body. Feel every part of your body let go, not collapse. There's a difference. But you get your basic structure so that you can let the shoulders drop and the chest relax and the abdomen release and the quads soften, perineum open. You let the thighs release and the calves and the ankles and feet.
I still have the arms,
Yeah.
but then it got a little murky after that. But I can feel the arms
Yeah,
relaxed.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, to start.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Where were we? How did we get onto
I don't know. It all started with the left side of the single arm.
that? We didn't.
We never got to that yet.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 15 minutes.
Well, let's do some single.
So, we're going to go into a left bow stance. So you shift left and turn the right leg. And step forward with the left. And 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and you gotta keep turning left with the body. So, when you're at this point, you want to make sure your body is facing straight ahead so that you're able to rotate and shift 1 and keep turning left as the arm drops to 2, and now turn right to turn the right leg. Coming up the back of the ball, 4, 5A, 5B, and 6, twist the left arm, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, 1.
I did that wrong. I was going to say let's do it the normal way, but okay, let's keep going.
Go back to start from the beginning of this. So we have 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, and you're facing straight ahead. 1, 2, turning left through the S curve. 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5AB, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Good. 3, 4, 5A, 5B, and 6, 7, 8. That last one was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have it yet. Let's do that again.
You have a question?
No, I just I don't feel comfortable that I'm doing it correctly. I have to see what you're doing.
Oh, do you want me further forward so you can see?
No, you're good. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that would be good. Yes. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So begin stepping out. Shift. Coming into your left gongbu and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
You're actually doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the opposite side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting with the left foot forward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was getting screwed up on 7/8.
Yes. So you have to let yourself rotate on 7 and 8 on when you're doing the arm, but only on 8 when you're doing the walk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah.
And don't think too much about it. Turn off your engineer's mind.
Very, very difficult. I forget what I was doing this morning. It was something obsessive. And I tried to stop myself from doing it, and I said, what the hell? Go ahead, continue doing it. It took longer, but everything was just right.
You know, if it's related to cooking, maybe that's better. Yeah.
You know, I've been cooking for, I don't know, last 3, 4, 5 months. Doing all the cooking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it's dinner. Breakfast and lunch we're on our own.
Yeah.
You know, we do whatever we do. But normally we cook dinner together, or Jean does it. And once I got that energy from the meds I was taking, I was looking for stuff to do, and all of a sudden I became focused on making dinner, planning it, what should we have.
I'm sure Jean doesn't mind.
Oh, she loves it, but and so do I.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing it. And,
you know, I always enjoy cooking too, but I can't do it with class. I find that, I mean, I can still be able to help, but class takes all the energy I've got.
Okay.
So I haven't done much cooking.
Yeah. You know, that makes so much sense, David, that you're packing it in at the end of the year. And
I think so.
Working on yourself. That makes sense.
You know, my electrophysiologist said to me a couple of weeks ago, he said, "You're doing really well." I thought, thanks, I like that. So, this Friday I'm getting a cardioversion. They're going to try to get rid of my AFib. I don't know whether it will really work.
You don't have a pacemaker defibrillator? No, see, okay. That's why you want to get rid of it. I have one. I know nothing of AFib.
Well,
you know, it takes care of it.
He was not highly recommending a pacemaker for me.
Yeah, well.
So.
Yeah. I'm on my 3rd one. I've had it for a long time.
Oh, Dave's had him too. I remember when I went to visit him in rehab after his major heart attack. A long time ago.
Dave, in our class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Wow. He's in such good shape.
He is. Well, he works at it, usually. Right now he's recovering at it.
You know, yeah.
Hope you're feeling better, Dave.